Ladies and gentlemen, it is God of Honor time. Congratulations to Manchester City. We didn't even have to, play the match between Manchester City versus Chelsea to determine if Man City are going to be the champions. Arsenal has taken care of that matter already, losing to Nottingham Forest. So, look, we're going to talk about the match preview right at the end of the video. Stay tuned. It's not going to be too much of a video. Look, I'm just hoping and praying that Man City, now that you've won it, now that you've done it, 3 in a row. What is it? 5 in the last, since Pep Guardiola has joined, Manchester City. Please have mercy on us. All I ask is just, please have some mercy on us now. You won it. Go easy on us, please.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, we'll talk about the whole Manchester City versus Chelsea preview later in the video. The news that is floating around at the moment, the news that I've been waiting, the news that maybe you guys have been waiting as well, is in regards to Ugarte from Sporting Lisbon. Finally, some links coming through, although it's from Portugal, but it's from a very, very good publication news outlet over there. So this is a good news. And we've got some news in regards to Alexis McAllister, who seems to be going to Liverpool. So, all of those rumors with us and Alexis McAllister, we can forget about that. Even though apparently there's some slim hope still because Pochettino wants this particular player. But I feel like McAllister is going to Liverpool, which means we have to look elsewhere. And Declan Rice is moving towards Arsenal Football Club. So we are, the numbers that we first had, the plethora of midfielders that were available, slowly diminishing in terms of quality. So we need to be quick to make sure that we have something reasonable for next season. And I think Ugarte is more than reasonable, if I'm being absolutely honest. Obviously, there's Moses Caicedo as well, who's a very, very, exciting and valuable defensive midfielder in the Premier League, and that's something to look out for, but he's going to cost a lot of money. And we may want to add another midfielder on top because there are players that are going to leave. Ruben Loftus-Cheek already on the move, Kovacic potentially on the move, Mason Mount, big question mark in his future. But let's start from here, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are the new option for Manuel Ugarte. The belief is that Chelsea will be amongst the bidders. With Chelsea ready to step in and challenge Liverpool and Aston Villa, Jorge Mendes, a close partner of Todd Boehly, is in charge of Ugarte's future. Once again, Liverpool's in the mix and Aston Villa as well. Aston Villa is going to have European football to a certain degree, whether it's Europa League, whether it's Conference League, at least they've got something. We won't be able to do that. Obviously, Liverpool, they stuffed up earlier today. They're going to be in Europa League. Man United winning as well. I think Man United only needs 1 point for the remaining 2 more matches left. We have to hurry up. We have to hurry up if this is the player that we want. So look, Liverpool, they are going gung-ho at the moment to fix up their midfield. They're getting rid of a lot of their players. Once again, I like the way Liverpool, the way they move, man. They go in and then they secure the player quick with Alexis McAllister. I understand in our situation, we don't have a manager as yet. I mean, look, Pochettino is done and dusted, but we haven't announced it. And we've got so much other big issues to look out for, I understand. But at the same time, these targets will slowly disappear to other clubs if we're not being quick enough. And, interestingly, Pochettino wanting McAllister, and, we're not being able to get him that. So I don't think personally that we definitely needed McAllister. I love McAllister as a player. Before we got Enzo Fernandez, I was talking about McAllister. But the fact that we've gone in and then got Enzo Fernandez, I feel like we can do without McAllister now. We need a defensive midfielder. So I'm not concerned about the fact that McAllister is going to Liverpool. It's a perfect, really, really good signing for Liverpool if it does happen, if it does come into fruition. But what I'm saying is, Pochettino is asking for stuff. He's already asking for Mason Mount, potentially not happening. He's asked for apparently Alexis McAllister, potentially not happening. So we don't want to disappoint too much. And, if we think Manuel Ugarte is the one to help us out in defensive midfield. I think we should secure. I honestly feel Ugarte and Enzo Fernandez combination is going to be very, very good. Ugarte, Uruguayan, South American, just like Enzo Fernandez is all South American background. They've got that dog in them. I've seen Ugarte's game now quite a few times. Technically very sound, combative, very, very, physical. Do you know what I mean? Like, he won't shy away from a tackle. We've seen what he was capable of doing against Arsenal in Europa League. He was instrumental in that progress of Sporting Lisbon in that particular tie. So I'm not worried about Ugarte as a player. I think he'll do very, very good in the Premier League. So we gotta hurry up, though. We gotta hurry up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think about Manuel Ugarte. To all the Sporting Lisbon fans out there, or the people that watch, Portuguese league, let me know your thoughts on Ugarte to Chelsea. Would that work out with Enzo Fernandez? I personally think that combination could be very, very good. Fabrizio Romano, the red, dot. Argentina, Liverpool. It's in regards to Alexis McAllister. Liverpool have presented their project. This was way back in May 4th, talking about how Alexis McAllister is very keen on Liverpool. And this he tweeted out earlier today. Personal terms are almost agreed between Liverpool and McAllister after project presented in April. Deal not done yet. There are still details left. Pochettino appreciates him. I mean, Fabrizio's coming out giving some glimmer of hope, for Chelsea fans out there, because Pochettino apparently is keen on him. No issues with Brighton being told there's fixed price for Alexis exit in June. I think it's somewhere around £60 million, but we'll see what the final price is. Chelsea have not made any proposal to McAllister yet, as their priority is number 6. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Look, I think Chelsea will try their level best to get Moses Caicedo. So, that's the one we are probably going to be looking into. If Arsenal's going for Declan Rice, surely they're not capable of getting Declan Rice and Caicedo. And looks like Liverpool's already gone with McAllister. They're still going to have Fabinho over there. So Caicedo is probably not touted to go to Liverpool anymore. Man United could be in shout for Caicedo, but then again, they've still got Casemiro over there. And they've got McTominay and Fred and whatnot. So I'm not really sure how much they will go for Caicedo. So big opportunity for Caicedo, like for us, Chelsea Football Club, to go for him. But the price is going to be interesting. 80 million. Oh man, that is a lot of money. And this is why I feel like someone like Ugarte could be a very, very solid alternative. So let's see what happens in regards to that. Next up, Alexis McAllister to Liverpool. Gaston Edel, which is Argentinian reporter, saying that he's going to Liverpool. So look, I wouldn't keep my hopes up for Chelsea trying to steal this particular deal, even though Pochettino Argentinian connection wants Alexis McAllister. I think he's Liverpool bound. So let's not keep our hopes up. Next up, Raheem Sterling has heard from Harry Kane over Mauricio Pochettino's man management skills and hope that he will be a long-term appointment. Sterling has commented in private that the more they try to fix it, the worse it gets. He thinks it's time to get back to basic and pull in the same direction. And he further goes on to say, Jacob Steinberg, Raheem Sterling is very much in Pochettino's plan. I mean, look, I still personally think Raheem Sterling will be a big player for us next season. He would have been a huge player for us this season if it wasn't for all the nonsense that has happened, all the shambolic stuff that has happened, the nightmare that's taken place this season. He would have been one of the standouts. We didn't give an environment for any of our players, regardless of the forwards, midfielders, defenders, goalkeeper. We didn't give anyone an opportunity to have an environment where they can really, really flourish. So for me, I've never given up on Raheem Sterling. A lot of fans out there has been, slandering him, has been saying negative stuff about him. Me, on a consistent basis, I've been saying, you know what, I'm not giving up on him. I know what kind of a player he is. Yeah, his form has been off, but that goes with everyone else. Everyone's form has been off. So for me, next season under Pochettino, I will pencil him down as one of the key members of the team. We need some experience, and it's going to hurt him tomorrow when Chelsea travel to Manchester City, and we're going to have to do the guard of honor. Raheem Sterling will probably start, and we'll have to give that guard of honor to his old teammates. It's going to hurt him, from where he was with Manchester City and the organization, the institution that is Manchester City, and now on the road to win the treble will definitely hurt Raheem Sterling 100%. Frank Lampard, if you want to stay at Chelsea and you want to impress the new manager, show it in these next 3 games, because for sure he will be watching. So this is Frank Lampard. Let's talk a little bit about the match now. Obviously, we've got Man City up next. At the Etihad Stadium, they're going to be buzzing. Yeah, obviously they're elated already. They're the champions of the Premier League this season. What a sensational way to suffocate the living daylights out of Arsenal. Arsenal at one point, I think, had about 14 points clear. I know the game's in hand, but I think it all started from January, where the whole allegations and the charges that were being floated around and laid upon Manchester City. And I still remember Pep Guardiola, that press conference. He said that he doesn't think Manchester City has done anything wrong, and he completely believes in it, and he wants to stay here more than he can ever believe. That particular press conference, I still remember. I think that's what kick-started everything. When he made everyone sort of against Man City, everyone was going against them. Everyone was, questioning their, the integrity from all the charges that was laid on them. That's when they made the rest of the world. Like he created a picture that the rest of the world was after Manchester City, and it got the best out of the players. And since then, they've been unbelievable. On the way to win a treble as well. For me, Pep Guardiola, greatest of all time, man. He's apparently done a 3-peat in Spain, Germany, and now here in the Premier League. People talk about money. He's got the money. Of course he does, but it's not just about the money, man. Motivation, to keep players motivated like that on a regular basis, that ain't easy. Do you know what level of motivator you need to be to keep players upbeat and hungry for that long? Since Pep Guardiola has come in, I'm pretty sure he's won 5 Premier Leagues out of the 7 seasons he's been around. There's players in this Manchester City team that have won 5 Premier League titles, all because of Pep Guardiola. Not just for the money. Yeah, they've got quality players, no doubts about that. The tactics, have a look at what Pep's done. Striker situation with Aguero, killed it. No striker situation, KDB as false 9 and whoever else was false 9 wins the Premier League. Not once, twice. And now with Erling Haaland, a targets man up front. I'm pretty sure next season he'll probably find a way to play with, Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez, 2-striker, system up front. He's madman. Look at what Pep's doing. Centre backs like John Stones turning into proper central midfielders. Centre backs like Nathan Ake and Manuel Ugarte turning out to be left-sided players. Left midfielder, left winger, whatever you want to call it. 3 at the back football, Manchester City. People used to look down on 3 at the back football. Look at the way they play their 3 at the back football. They're 8s, they're wingers, they're number 10s. Just this guy every season, he's changing the landscape of football, man. He is one of the best. For me, he is the greatest of all time. He is the greatest of all time. And this is the team that we are going to come across tomorrow in front of their home crowd. And of course, they want to finish it off nicely in front of I think this is their last home game. I don't want to go into too much details as to who I want in the team and this, that, the other. Look, Frank Lampard, God knows who he's going to select. And I just pray that Manchester City can take it easy on us. They're the champions. They can play, some of the young kids, even their B team. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even say, oh, let's play. Please play your B team, because their B team is probably just as dangerous. Look, all I'm hoping that it stays somewhat respectful. I still expect us to probably lose. If we can get a draw, I think I'll be over the moon. I'll be elated. I'll probably celebrate it as a win. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, this is the match preview in a nutshell. I fully expect us to lose at the Etihad. It is their last game in front of the home crowd. They are the newly crowned, well, not really newly crowned, 3 times champion now in a row. They are champions again of this season, and they want to finish it off with a bang in front of their crowd. And our players, just keep your mouth shut and probably just let them, man. Probably just let them. And I want all our players at the end, whenever they do the presentation, I'm pretty certain they'll do the presentation. I want all our players to have a look at that presentation live and watch how it feels. And hopefully that is the motivator for our players to get a kick up the backside that, look, you've let the fans down massively this season, and that you can never, ever do this again to the fans. More than anyone, you can never, ever do this to the fans ever again. The nightmare season you've given us. So I hope the fans, I hope the players, the manager, and the owners are all watching tomorrow, and they're all soaking it in. And I hope they all come to a conclusion and a promise that this particular season can never happen again. That's all I say. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in regards to everything we've spoken about, especially Manuel Ugarte's link to Chelsea Football Club. I'm hoping there is something concrete there, and I'm hoping that we can move into this particular player because some of these quality targets are slowly moving away. So let me know your thoughts about that. Let me know your thoughts about our match against Manchester City tomorrow, your score prediction. I'm thinking, maybe 3-0. We'll lose 3-0. I think that would be quite decent, to be honest, if we can manage it to keep it to 3-0, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, everyone, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.